Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to this episode of Cheap vs. Expensive slash Battle of the Compounds slash just having fun in my garage. How's that? And so today what we're going to do is I wanted to see, and I have seen in person, Meguiars Ultimate Compound right here. I've seen it do some serious damage up against some professional grade products. In fact, I saw it beat an Angel Wax compound one time. So that's interesting considering that this is a consumer product. It is a derivative from the M105 compound, which I'm not a big fan of at all, but the test panel that I show in a lot of my videos, I wanted to make sure it was stripped of everything because I'm actually going to be doing another cheap versus expensive video after this one. So kind of part of the process is I wanted to sand down anything that may be remaining on the panel. So I was like, well, I might as well try out some compounds, right? So I still got 3D1. So what I did was I sanded this panel down with 3000 grit sandpaper, which if you're doing paint correction may be an awesome way to cut through a polishing step to help with reduce heat and not introduce a bunch of heat to the panel. So I've sanded both sides of this panel down, and I'll flip the camera around and put the scan grip on it. But we're going to be doing the Meguiars Ultimate Compound, probably one of the most readily available compounds out there, versus the 3D1, which should have no problem cutting through the 3000 grit sanding marks. And for the pad choice, I'm going to be using the new Buff and Shine, part of their Euro Tech line. This is their burgundy foam pad, which is a cutting pad or a compounding pad. Here's the 3000 grit sandpaper I use. This is just the 3M stuff. And then the trusty dusty Porter cable. Now, why am I using a Porter cable when there's better machines out there? And a lot of people have been calling me a hack, or I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do paint correction, which may be true. I guess we'll see, sanding with 3000 grit and then trying to polish that out. But here's the reason. If I use and this foam pad happens to be the correct size, but here's the thing. If I'm using an outdated machine that's 10 years old, paired with a pad that's not the correct size for the backing plate, and can still get results, what kind of results do you think you will get when you're using say a Rupes, a Max Shine, a Flex, a Force DA, a Random Orbital, whatever? What kind of results do you think that you will get from the products that I'm demoing when you use a better machine and a pad that actually fits, right? So the purpose of this channel is not to fit in and do what everyone else does or compare products that everyone else does. In fact, that bugs the crap out of me. I just don't want my channel to be about that. So I do use the Porter cable on purpose. And if I want to use a better one day, maybe I'll do that. But I just want to give you, as the viewer, I want to be doing the most, I don't even know what the right word would be, but I want to be using the least best, geez, how's that, way to go about things. So when you have a better machine, if you're able to afford one, that you know you could at least get the same results I do. So let's get into the comparison with these two. I've already sanded it. I'm going to bring in the scan grip, bring you guys in a little closer, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the Ultimate Compound side first. So you can see this is a brand new bottle. I actually bought this stuff now. It seems to look a little creamier than before. Does have the kind of cinnamon flavor, I guess you could say, that the D300 has. But let's see what we got going on here. Put it on the pad, and let's put it on the panel to check for thickness and grittiness. Not very gritty at all, very runny, smooth. Again, this is the Ultimate Compound, and their picture makes a pretty bold claim with that red car. So, and the label does say it cuts as fast as harsh abrasives. It obsoletes traditional compounds. So I think the Ultimate line is kind of their latest and greatest, at least for now. And let's go to town. Now I'm going to do 5 slow passes through the panel, applying medium pressure. There's one, as you can see, obviously way too much product. The work time is pretty good on it though. not getting any dust, which is nice. Pleasant smell for the sniffy sniff test. There's two. Let's do one this way. I am at speed 6 on this quarter cable. Now I could definitely see the product starting to break down. Let's do one more pass. This will be 5. Pretty much. You could maybe do one more on here, but for the most part, that product is pretty broken down. Okay. Now let's wipe it. See where we're at. Wipe off is pretty nice, actually. I've honestly never used the Ultimate Compound before, so because I've always reached for the professional stuff. Now that to me is very impressive. Now the Ultimate Compound, let me double check my receipt, which I don't know where it is. So I think it's around the $12 mark. I'll double check, and I'll of course link it up in the show notes below. But with those 4 passes, the panel is not hot at all, completely cool to the touch. So with a Porter Cable 7424 and a Buff and Shine burgundy pad, as you can see, I got that scan grip perfectly nailed down there. So if you look at the right side, obviously this is the non-compounded. We're gonna do the 3D one on that side. But that's how bad that side was. And in 4 passes with the Ultimate Compound, it took care of that. Now that, to me, for a consumer grade coating, so this isn't a, this is a cheap versus expensive, but I just want to show, you know, the cheap versus expensive have kind of turned into, you know, just a comparison to show you and let you guys make the decision. But if you're a professional out there, you know, to get a 3D1 or Americana Global, though they're great compounds, as I think we're going to see here, that they're going to be very comparable, they're not always readily available, right? So you need to have, I think, part of a detailer is having a lot of tools available to you, a lot of knowledge for your arsenal so that you can troubleshoot. Troubleshooting is a huge part of the game. Now, the 3D1 feels very, very similar to the Ultimate Compound. Runny, very runny. It almost feels a little bit more like lotion than the Ultimate did, even a little bit more runny than the Ultimate did. So going back to my previous point, though I'm comparing 2 products, really what I want to show is that this is just another tool in the arsenal for detailers. So that's why I like comparing readily available, easy to get consumer, quote unquote, consumer grade products with professional products, because it's just another tool in your tool belt as a detailer. Okay, 3D1, here we go. Now you can already see the 3D1 is a lot more, lot cleaner. Has a, I almost said batter, has a worse smell than the Ultimate Compound. So if we talk about, if we're talking about user, you know, experience, that does play into it. It's not a bad smell, but there was 2. The workability is very nice on the 3D1. Very nice. You could see that it wasn't like super white, even though I used about the same amount of product. It wasn't super white like the Ultimate Compound was, but the workability is still there. I feel like you could work this product forever. It's not breaking, it's not seemingly breaking down like the Ultimate Compound did, where we could see that it was very white in the beginning, and I'll do one more pass this way. It was very white in the beginning, and then kind of broke, as it broke down, it kind of, you can see the product going away. As you can see with the 3D1, the product is still very much there. I don't think I sanded all the way down here, but the product is still very much there. And whereas the important to note, the Ultimate Compound, I felt like I wasn't doing anything, or the product had fully broken down. The 3D1, I feel like I could work this forever. and it's not breaking down like the Ultimate Compound did. Alright, so we'll call it a day there. I think the 3D1 is running about 30 bucks, 27 bucks. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe it's closer to the 18. I know it's more than HD Speed. And so as we can see, wipe off is similar. And the results are very similar. Let me see. Should have, let me move my scan grip over there. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Let me move my scan grip over here so we could kind of get eyes on that. There we go. So as you could see, the 3D1 did just as good of a job as the Ultimate Compound. So actually I got a little bit of dusting on this side of things. And then, you know what, one thing we should do just to make sure this is a fair fight, and so I think the conclusion is that they both did equally as well. So the Ultimate Compound and the 3D1 are equivalent. So obviously if you are a fan of 3D, check out 3D. And then you can, you know, if you're in a pinch, obviously go for the Ultimate Compound. It's just another tool in the tool belt. That's all we're trying to do here. Just give you tools to make you a better detailer, which, hey, that's my slogan. So I want to make sure there's no fillers or nothing hiding in here. And that's pretty impressive. An Ultimate Compound to take out 3,000 grit sanding marks. Not bad at all. And obviously I was definitely expecting the 3D1 to be able to do that. I'm not sure what they say it can go up to. I think people claim 1,200 grit. That just seems a little unrealistic. Even for a body shop. Oh man. A little caustic and got in my nose. Wants me to sneeze. Even for a body shop, I don't think there's any body shops that are gonna finish out with 1,200 grit sandpaper. So I think for both of these, all right, how are we looking? Let me get the little scan grip out and I'll see if there's any difference. So across the board, there is no difference. So the depth and clarity, you are getting a true correction in either one of these products. Again, this was simply just for fun to compare the Meguiars Ultimate Compound, a readily easy available product to get, 3D1, which is also readily easy and available to get too, just not as easy as the Meguiars, but that's a little battle of the compounds removing 3,000 grit sanding marks. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite compound is. Is it a consumer grade compound? Are you a DIY detailer, a driveway detailer? Are you a professional that uses some quote-unquote consumer grade products? What is your favorite? Have you tried the 3D1? I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know how I can make these videos better in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you on the next one. See ya.